Somebody in the way, battling, having got in way of the attempted clearance. Jim Gannon. Oh, great flick on by Alan Armstrong.
It's against Bradford, but here's Warburton!
Yes!
And trying to manufacture the shot, gets it away, yeah!
Not got it clear. Please, sir! It's a cracker!
Running Armstrong, played in the game, and a superb goal!
Tony Diddy! Stockport County are the champions of League Two.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Scarf Bergara War, the award-winning podcast for county fans by county fans, Wembley going county fans, sponsored by Overpass Clothing in partnership with Edgeley Conservative Club Coaches. I'm joined by our Wembley goers as well. We're all going Wembley, aren't we? We're all going Wembley.
Yeah,
Of course, love the virtue. Loved it from the group stages. Best competition in the country, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah, how's it going, boys? It's been an all right week, hasn't it? Since Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
I mean last night.
Yeah. Well, I am a big believer in this trophy. I've been to all but 3 of the games, I think, and there was just bad timing that I couldn't go to the other ones. So I am not a hypocrite, unlike Waggy.
I was
and
one
Ross.
of the 1,442 people against Harrogate, so at home. So I will. I'm a believer as well.
Yeah. So,
Fair dues.
and I'm surprised that Russ and Waggy even know what the trophy's called, because they seem to name all the former names prior to getting to the actual one. So, but who cares? It doesn't matter. We're going to Wembley, and I heard we've never won a domestic cup. So It's going to be, whether you're a fan of it or not, just support the team. Just go, whether you like it. There's no under 21s in it now, so it literally is just pretty much top team shootout. But so just get behind them, whether you like it or not. Whether you're a Russ and a Waggy early stages, just get your ticket when they're out.
My first Wembley trip, 1993, was in the Autoglass when Port Vale beat us 2-1. So it's had about 25 different names since then, but still not the glamour of it is still there.
It is. Yeah, it's been Auto Glass, Auto Windscreens, Virtue, Bristol Street, not pizza, was it? What was it called? Papa John's. That's it. It was called the Papa John's. Lovely stuff.
He's had some other names in there as well, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought I'd seen a list. There's about 10 different things it's been called.
Yeah.
Did they scrap the name of the pizza one, though, didn't they? Because financially, the company wasn't receiving enough dough back.
Oh, God, I knew that was disgusting. Is it last orders already? Yeah.
Oh, I've had about 15 coffees today.
I'm not sure I've got a tumbleweed. Have I got a tumbleweed?
There's got to be some kind of award for that. Terrible.
Must be a tumbleweed somewhere. Anyway, right. This is on the agenda. By the way, so we're going to talk about last night's game. We're going to talk about going to Wembley. Have we turned a corner? That's probably the critical question. And then we'll get on to Simon Wilson's interview as well. What he said, but critically what he didn't say. And then we've got random shit of the week and whatever else we can think of. And thank you to everybody that's commenting and has joined us live. There's loads of you already. Keep on putting those comments in. We'll get some of those up as we go along. But let's talk about last night. I saw Ryan.
Sorry, who did you see?
I saw Daz. I saw Daz and Ryan. But yeah, I'll come to you first, Ryan. Actually, performance-wise, what did you make of it?
I thought that was probably the best game, first and second, because I know this season we've been a game of one half for us. I thought that was the most complete performance over the stretch of 90 minutes that I've seen from us for a while. I thought we started well, that intensity in that first half. When we came out for the second half, they kind of came into it for a bit, but we never looked in much danger. And then we put them back under pressure for the rest of the game. It was the most comfortable 1-0 that I've ever seen. And I mean, it could have been 5-0 at half time. We absolutely tore them to pieces. But yeah, for the 1-0, the result doesn't depict how it really went, really, for me.
Yeah. I probably go along with that. I think that's probably going to be our downfall this season if we don't go up, is that we're not clinical enough, because Sidibé went through, didn't he? Bate had one, where after the second time Sidibé went through, should have been out of sight at half time, and then at half time they made a quadruple substitution because they played a weak team, didn't they? Brought in inverted commas heavy guns on, if you like, the heavy hitters. They kind of caused us a problem, but nothing major. It almost felt like we always had them at arm's length, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Ollie Norwood back to doing Ollie Norwood things again. Some of the balls that he was playing last night were ridiculous. I think obviously that goal, I thought the second effort was even better. When palmed it over the bar. But Bate looked fresher. I think we looked like, what? Sometimes it gets me, and I said it against Bradford the other week when it came on last time. I can swallow getting beat if we look like we battled, and we didn't look like we battled against Bradford. And I thought we were trying to be first for every ball last night, every second ball we were going for. Like you said, after half time, and I think it took us a bit of time to settle after that 4 quadruple substitution, but then we kind of got back into our flow then. Yeah.
Andy, Waggy, what did it look like on the telly? Because I assume you both watched it.
I watched. Yeah, it was really comfortable, even with those 4 changes. As you say, they seem to have a bit more of the ball, but they weren't threatening us. I think defensively we were superb, weren't we? And yeah, as you say, if it had been 3 or 4-0 at half time, I don't think anybody would have been, there'd have been no complaints from either side, really. Norwood's free kick was superb. I'm not sure what that wall was doing. It went right between 2 heads. All they needed to do was just move the head, and they'd have blocked it. But take nothing away from it. It was absolute pinpoint accuracy. I think their man of the match was definitely the keeper. He made 3 or 4 sort of world-class saves, didn't he? Really, really good saves, and second saves as well. So yeah, as I say, it was a very, 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 very comfortable 1-0. And we just, as you both sort of said, we just kept him at arm's bay. They never really looked threatening, and we didn't look as if we were out of second gear. So I think if they had scored, I think we'd have picked it up again.
Yeah, I with regard, going back to what you said then a minute ago, Waggy, with regards if they move the heads, I genuinely, if you watch the free kick, all of them, I don't think they knew it was going near them. It's such a weird turn. And as a keeper, and for me, I know the second one was unbelievable. It would have been unbelievable, the second free kick. But for me, I thought that first free kick, and I put on our group that it's probably the best free kick he's scored. Because for a keeper, if you watch the angle from as Ollie Norwood's looking at it, he's hit the ball and it looks like it's going out. So as a keeper, he saw it late over the wall anyway, and he's all of a sudden realised, shit, this is going in. And that's why he scrambled. But it's unbelievable. And I've got to say, after all the stick, and don't get me wrong, I've been leading the actual,
I hope you're going where you go with this.
Men with pitchforks at times. I'm because I'm very critical being a keeper myself. But have I not gone the way you thought I was going, Ryan?
No, you're going exactly the way you hope.
Right.
I thought you were going to hope you're going.
Can we just have a shout out and a hands up to Adai, who's taken a lot of criticism from myself as well, and other people and fans all across. Saturday, Okay, it wasn't the result. Nothing he could have done for those goals. And yesterday, again, there's a couple of moments that you think, yeah, he probably could have come out for that. But even when he saved that shot and he got a proper hand to it and palmed it away, not into the actual attacking thing. And I know we're going back, but the first pass was definitely Dinger's fault, JDC's fault. I forgot his name. What's he called? Cogley.
Dacres Cogley.
Oh,
Dacres
yeah, the
Cogley.
first pass on against Stevenage. Yes,
Nothing.
It caught him by surprise, that,
It was
didn't
a cracking pass. As a keeper, to pass that accurate, it's a cracking pass. So, for me, anyone that was saying that, it was a bit dodgy to start with, I think, then no. But, yeah, great shout to Adai.
Corey has been slagged off from Pilsen, and don't get me wrong, I've had my moments, but somebody's clearly said something to him because there's no messing about at the back. When he gets the ball, he gets it out, and that confidence. I was saying it last night. The confidence I've got much more confidence with him between the sticks than Ben when he's playing like that, because he gets the ball and that most of the time, barring he was getting cheered, they were singing Corey's song and he put it out for a Ben Hinchcliffe-esque. Whacked it out for a throw. But apart from that, his distribution was fantastic from his feet. I just thought that if we'd been under a bit of pressure last night, if they turned it on, he can clear his lines effectively a lot better than Ben. And I know there's a lot of people out there and what Ben's done for the club, but these ridiculously rose-tinted glasses about, we can never evolve if it's sort of we're living in the past, Ben's not a he's not a championship keeper, and he's not high up the list of a League One level keeper, in my personal opinion. But so I think with Corey, I know he's played every round this season in the Virtue, and I thought he was brilliant last night.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a good point you make actually about the high press, as they call it these days, which is just pressing to us, isn't it? I think. So when Corey Adai's in there, they probably can't do that as much, or it's probably a bit futile, isn't it? Because he's so good on the ball. He'll just play around them, or he'll go over or into somebody. So it sort of makes it a bit more mute for the attacking team. Whereas with Hinchcliffe, you can press him because he's not used to that type of play. He's not grown up on that, has he?
Yeah, he's not as comfortable on the ball, is he?
No,
Ben, he's not comfortable with the ball at his feet.
And don't get me wrong, what he's done, he's an unbelievable shot stopper. But I think, especially like you said, it cuts that high press as they call it now. But that pressing game, it eradicates something, so it totally takes out the game straight away. Yeah.
Hinchcliffe's the greatest keeper we've ever had, isn't he?
Yes,
there's no denying he's been unbelievable for us. I don't want to take anything away from Ben Hinchcliffe here, but I just think, especially in a game like last night, and I think when Corey's been called upon, like you said, the last couple of games, he's not made a mistake. He's clearly, someone's clearly been in his ear. He's obviously been outside for a long time. So he's had, and if you can only go off, you're only as good as your last game, and he stepped up the last two games for, like you said, and like you said, I don't know if you say that, and Andy, that one way he palmed it, but didn't palm it back into play, he palmed it away. So there's all right palming it, but palming it and like you're avoiding the second chance as well. That's massive.
Yeah, I don't mind a keeper not catching it. It's almost like I don't like this dilly-dallying stuff. If it's gonna go out for a corner, just kick out for a corner and then we'll deal with that. Or kick out for a throw-in and do the Peter Kay have it. I don't care. Don't try too much and then give the ball away, and then that's where we concede. So if you're going to palm it out as a keeper, palm it out. Don't palm it back into the play, and that's where he's fallen short a few times, Adai. And that's where he gets called upon his mistakes, because he'll make a brilliant save, but then palm it right to their centre half, who then just pings in off his shin or something. Do you know what I mean? So, but I just thought... the argument for yesterday's game was it against Doncaster because we're better matched against them, and for me, you can only beat what's in front of you anyway. And going forward, they didn't create a lot in the first half, but they were just shocking at the back first half. But then when they made the changes at half time, it was a bit more of a contest, and I don't mind that, because I don't want to just breeze past teams. It's like, I know we'll get into who do we want in the next round sort of thing, but I know who I want, and you can probably tell by my tone who I want.
Yeah.
I'll just say it. I want Luton. We owe them a battering, and I want to beat the best teams to win the trophy. I don't want to beat a team that parks the bus for 90 minutes.
I think they're both inconsistent. I said the two left. I'm glad Plymouth aren't in it, to be fair, personally, because the two that are left in they're both inconsistent, aren't they? So you don't know what side you're going to get from the pair of them at the minute.
Yeah,
but then so are we. So that makes it a bit more.
But I'd be interested to see there's two daft decisions. That referee for me last night was terrible. One, when he gave that corner I can't understand why he thought Adai was time wasting, because from my vision, even though I have my glasses on, I've really got really bad eyesight. It looked like, I don't know if any of you noticed it. It's like he caught the ball, dropped it, and then the ref gave a corner because he said he was time wasting. When will you ever see that again?
It wasn't time wasting. He had hold of the ball for longer than 8 seconds, but when you was watching on the telly, he got the ball, had the ball in his hand, but one of their players was like in and around him. So as far as I'm aware, the rule is that the time doesn't start until that player is somewhere like 5 yards away. And
it was ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If he holds it onto it for more than 8 seconds, it gets given as a corner.
I bet we do not see that given again for the next couple of seasons. And the Roman Dixon throw in, and he got booked for time. But it's like, how many times do we see that both home and away happen to us? And that sheer frustration, I was like, it was poor for me last night, that ref. But
is there a loophole in that rule though? Because I do know about that rule. 8 seconds, you hold on to it, it's a corner to the opposing team. Is there a loophole though? Because if you bounce the ball, it's left your hands. So is it 8 seconds every time that you catch it again?
No, once it's in your hands, you've got 8 seconds, whether you bounce it or not. You have to release it within 8 seconds.
In fairness, I was asking
on the floor.
Waggy, because he reads the EFL rule handbook every now and then.
I do. Just before bed.
After his post.
But I've never seen that before. And the amount of keepers that have been holding onto the ball at Edgeley Park, going down like after 20 minutes and then hold it, they must have been longer than 8 seconds, surely. And we've never seen it. But this referee, for some reason, decided last night, I'm going to give a corner for it.
Can I just back on the referee? Did all of you say that it was shocking? I genuinely thought last night it was probably one of the best, was probably one of the best referees because he just let the game flow. And where he was inconsistent, he was actually inconsistent, I thought, for both teams. So where he did let something go or he did book someone for the wrong challenge or what have you, I just thought there was loads of little niggly fouls, and same with the liners as well. They just let them go, and I prefer that. I much prefer than the stop-start,
But the liner from our corner, where me and Russ were, that bottom corner, the liner was terrible. The stuff was happening right under his nose, and he wasn't giving it. So I don't know what game he was watching, and it was just incompetent as opposed to inconsistent, like you said there.
Yeah. For me, I don't know. Maybe it's because we were winning and was more concentrating on us not getting overrun or not capitulating like we've done in the past. That I didn't really notice. The liner on our side, though, there was a couple of offsides I thought he got wrong, and going out of play as well, and maybe a couple of foul throws for them. And I'm thinking, well, it was a bit, but overall, I didn't really notice him. To be fair, did you think, Ryan, that when we took Stokes off because he was in that sort of three-man attack, wasn't he? Stokes off to put Roman Dixon on. And Diamond moved into the middle because he was playing right wing back in the first half, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. I felt like we lost a lot. We lost a lot of that number 10 area. That middle central attacking midfield area. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's because that's what obviously that's what Stokes gives you, and I think Jack's Diamond seems to be more comfortable, obviously working down the flanks. And I thought it did. That what we missed against that Bradford. That between the two banks and men there. I think it was taken away a little bit. And then obviously Chuck Bailey on towards when he brought Tanto on, didn't he? But
yeah,
it kind of alleviated a bit. But no, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Tanto, though, I thought he looked a bit more like he used to look.
Yeah.
More menacing.
He grafted in. You can tell he's frustrated that he's not scoring at the minute because he was throwing himself into everything, and he nearly got, those ones he goes for where it's 70-30, he's not going to get it, and if he just chances it, and he was throwing himself about, and I think he just looked off the pace. It's just minutes, isn't it? The more time he gets, he's the more effective he's going to be. But yeah, I thought he looked decent, and I thought more like the old Tanto last night.
Yeah, and basically, I can see why they brought Sidibe off, because he's great to watch. Sidibe, isn't he? He just as Dave Challenger said, he will literally chase everything. Be like, oh, there's a Chris Backer. Oh, you know what I mean? He'll be over covering every blade of grass, but he needs to learn, as he said in his post and pre-match interviews, he needs to learn that. Hold the ball upside, and I thought Tanto did that brilliantly last night when he came on. But yeah, I think what you said there as well, Ryan. I think Tanto is half a yard off his full pace at the moment as well. So,
but it works that starting with Sidibe, who's going to, because as being a defender when I used to play, it's just somebody running at you with that pace and chasing everything is just the worst, and he just doesn't give a second. He chases. His first touch it does let him down, and his decision making a little bit, but that can only improve with the training. But the fact he will chase every single last cause and defends from the front is it's horrific for a defender. And then to chuck Tanto on towards the end, give it that gap after an hour, you've got someone fresh with pace again. It's just a nightmare for defenders, especially Donny last night, for example, who were under the cush anyway and not on form.
Still with us?
He's gone. Oh, he's.
You there?
Can you hear us?
Oh, I think he's gone. Right, let's carry on.
Right.
Your favourite thing, Andy. Let's talk about the XG then from last night. Only because, and I'll tell you for why. Charlie at the start of the season wanted to improve it, didn't he? He wanted to build on last season. Clearly, we've not done that because we've not scored nowhere near as well. We've not scored as many as last season. It doesn't feel like it. Not actually looked that up. I don't think we have though. And we missed some gilt edge chances last night. There's no getting away from that. The XG was 1.13. So that would say that we scored as many as we should have done, but it felt like we should have scored more. Andy, what's your take on that?
I'm glad you weren't directing that at me, because I switched off when you said XG.
I was directing it at you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, and I know that was probably bad for being on a podcast. I wasn't listening.
Oh.
I know. I don't like it though. I just don't like it. And I've got something else that I want to say, and I'm trying to keep remembering that, because if I lose it, I'm one of these people that will swirl around my head for ages. And
okay, right. Waggy, what do you think?
Well, you'd say so, wouldn't you? But again, going off, we had 17 shots and we actually had 10 on target. And I thought that our XG would have been higher. I'll be fair, but I think it was their keeper was, as I mentioned earlier. I think their keeper was superb, wasn't he? He really kept them in the game, and they changed him, didn't he? He's not the keeper that's been playing for the last few weeks, or he's not been the keeper that's been playing in the Virtue Trophy. They literally, I think he signed from Hearts on loan, I believe. I think they said it on the telly box last night. So they specifically brought him in, even though the other keeper had saved 3 penalties in the penalty shootout in the round before, but they wanted him in because he was much better at dealing with set pieces and
long throws.
Long throws. They did mention. They didn't, but it was more there. I thought when they were talking about it on Sky Sports, it was more their manager that mentioned about set pieces and goals, and that's why they brought the keeper in. But then I sort of switched off a little bit. But when they went back to the studio, apparently the studio guests would started saying, "Yeah, the long throws and stuff." I was like, "What? What? Have we got Charlie signed up? Is he going to be playing tonight?"
Yeah, it's amazing how wrong they get it, isn't it? Amazing how wrong they get it.
I mean, I'm surprised because Ashley Williams was in the studio, so you thought he'd still have a bit, as far as I'm aware, he still follows us. He still says he knows quite a bit about the club and around the club. So you would have thought he'd have mentioned it or put them right, but maybe not. So
maybe not.
Can I press a button on one of these comments?
Yeah, go for it.
I know you're not making.
I know which one it's going to be.
When do you start asking permission?
Well, if we all start doing it, then it's
it gets a bit silly. But can I just counter that, right? So Andy DY says XG is a load of bollocks. That concurs with what our Andy says as well.
And it's not me. I can't type something out and be on a podcast at the same time.
No. I know. We know you can't. But the reason
any illusions that you can multitask, Andy. Don't worry about that, mate. You've got
I'm just going to go on to that. The only thing I can multitask is what guys are good at multitasking. So, but that's for another podcast. That's another podcast.
I'll sleep better knowing that.
After 9 o'clock.
I was going to say Scarf Bergara War late night. After hours. No, going back to the XG thing. So yeah, and Andy says it's bollocks. Our Andy says it's bollocks. The reason why I say it is because Charlie mentioned it pre-season that he wants to improve his XG, the XG of the team. So that is a target that he set. I, for one, quite like it, to be honest, because it's one stat that makes up a bigger picture, doesn't it?
That was the one you got excited about, wasn't it? Pre-season.
Yeah. Oh, he was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, because, and like I said at the time, that means it's going to be more exciting. If your team's going to go for more goals and want to create more chances, of course, it's going to be more exciting, isn't it? So I was excited about that.
Ironically, it's been the least swashbuckling way we played in the last God knows how many years. So you see the real XG improvements going wildfire, isn't it?
It's like the film Jerry Maguire, isn't it? You know, where is it Rennie Zellweger said, you had me at hello. In Russ's case, it's you had me at XG.
Hey. Just to say as well, as we're recording this, it's currently nearly 8:30. Luton 0, Northampton 1.
I don't want Northampton. I don't want. They'll literally pop.
I don't care.
You don't have to go.
You are?
You don't have to go then if you don't want to see it. It's fine.
Well, I do have to go.
Well, stop complaining. It doesn't matter. We're going to Wembley. What are you complaining for?
Oh, my word. Sol's mum. Can I say my thing now?
Oh, go on. Say your thing. You've got it.
Now, he's not shit because he's a professional footballer. But is anyone else just a bit sick of Diamond? Because I am. I feel like he loses the ball all the time. He never, 1 in 5 chances, he'll take his man on. But the other time, he slows the play down. He then tries to do too much. Then he makes the wrong decision. He does try and track back when he loses the ball, but then he'll drop off when it's someone else's turn. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, I've said it a few times on the podcast. I don't feel he's got it getting any better. And I feel that other players are improving or are there to want to improve. And I know that there's a player in there somewhere. And for me, after watching him like in the second half where he was almost absent, I just thought to myself, we should have accepted the first bid from Luton because it would have been pretty decent money for us. And I just don't see, I don't know. I could be on my own and I'm open to change my opinion if someone wants to try and change it. But I'm just a bit, not bored, but it's just a bit predictable. It's probably the right word.
There's a reason he's playing. That's the reason he's playing for us and not playing at a higher level, isn't it? Because obviously, I just think his decision making is not the best. You know, you can say there's a couple of others in the squad that are like that. that maybe our expectations for the level they're at are too high. Because I've been like that. He's a bane of frustration for me. There's some, he doesn't release out of his feet quick enough. When he takes chances he doesn't need to take. It's like, so I think that's maybe this is as good as he's going to get. He hasn't, like you said, he hasn't improved for me in the last 6-12 months.
It depends. It depends how he's being asked to play, though, because essentially last night he was a right wing back.
Yeah.
Officially, that's his position that he was playing, and we know he's not a right wing back. I understand what you're saying. The frustration, and as Gazendo says, he's probably the best ball carrier that we've got. But as you say, I think it's just that decision making. There seems 3 or 4 times watching on the telly last night where the ball got switched across to him when he was out wide on a one-on-one, control the ball really well, and he get down the line and cross it in. And he looked as if he was going to go and then stopped and played it backwards, the safe option.
If you make a comparison, right, we've got 2 square peg round holes with Ben Osborne playing wing back, who's not a wing back, and Jack Diamond. Maybe because Ben Osborne is just a better all-round footballer. He again, for me, I thought he played really well last night, did his job really well, when he's clearly not a wing-back. Whereas Diamond, whether it's maturity, whether it's just ability, if he's being asked to play that role, then he's not capable of playing the role.
But we've not got anybody else that will play the right wing-back, have we?
No, exactly.
As such.
Like, I agree with... I understand what you're saying is probably the right way of saying Gazendo, because you are a top bloke. So please don't hate me for what I'm about to say. He might be the best one we have, but that's not saying something, is it? Because what you're comparing it to, Mothersill, and whether he's playing out of position, Waggy, or not, giving the ball away as easily or as cheaply that he does shouldn't be happening regardless of what position he's playing. Again, I'm open to change my opinion. I know it might come across as being harsh. I get that, but just my opinion, and I feel like I'm getting more frustrated with how he's playing than what he's, because he will deliver some brilliance, or he'll have a shot from absolute nowhere, and that's why I agree he needs to be on the pitch, because we probably don't have anyone that's better than his ability. But right now, I just think he's just not delivering.
Yeah, he did go a little bit anonymous, because I think he sort of stepped into the Stokes role, didn't he, when Stokes went off? He sort of seemed to come back more into the middle, and he just seemed to... I didn't really see him when Stokes went off. I don't remember him being on the ball or running at anybody or anything like that.
Yeah, so that was the full of that's 45 minutes. That's half the game, isn't it? Because Stokes went off at half time, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that's. I don't think there wasn't any ingenuity or any kind of invention in there till Bailey came on, really. And how long was that? 20 minutes before the end.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate. We're playing a formation that a lot of the team don't seem to be comfortable with, and with players that can't play in the positions. We've got, especially that wing back position, trying to squeeze, square pegs in round holes. You can tell the difference when Dacres Cogley's not playing or Teo's not playing. These people are more accustomed and more comfy in those positions. It's glaringly obvious. Although, like I said, Ben Osborne for me played really well again last night. And I think he's the only one that could come away from Bradford the other week with a bit of credit. But that's, like I said, maybe it's just because of the level of player that he is, that he can slot in a bit more comfortably.
Yeah.
I don't understand the argument of, I feel like I'm going to piss a lot of people off here, probably you included, Ryan. I don't understand this. You are.
Nothing. Go on.
I don't understand this different we only really play with 2 formations, especially at the back, don't we? So I don't understand how, and we've been playing this sort of system for quite some years. So I don't understand. Like, people have said that Pie struggles when it's in a back 3. Well, Pie's been playing that formation for 2 or 3 years. Surely he'd be able to adapt to it by now.
No, but you look at who we had. Players that have gone. Like I know he was like I love Macca. He was made out of Weetabix, wasn't he? Because he couldn't stay fit. But South Wales, these people are just more comfortable. If you're paying 3 at the back in that, are more comfortable playing those positions. I think you're trying to whether he's trying to please. I don't think he's not a people pleaser, Charlie, is he? So I don't think he's trying to please people. He's just trying to squeeze people that aren't in these positions to get them in the side. It's like for Jack Diamond as an example last night playing at right wing back.
Yeah, and it's a massive difference, isn't it? I mean, I've always thought that when Teo Eden's in the team, we just look better.
Yeah,
we do. We just look better, and it frees up Osborne to be somewhere else then as well. And Dacres Cogley as well. When he came in, he's impressed. And when you've got players that's their craft to play in that position,
you can just tell it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's a completely different game because they're comfortable in their positions, but they know they've got to trap back. I think with Diamond, because he's not in his mind to trap back, he doesn't want to trap back because he's attacking football. He's seeing that as it's like, all right, I'm going to have to trap back now. Whereas Dacres Cogley will hit the line, and then the next thing he's doing is straight back.
Yeah, I thought, for what it's worth, I thought Diamond did all right in the second half once he got into that central position. He drifted out to the right a bit, which is probably natural for him, innit? But what I've also noticed
last night, Ross.
Yeah, in second half, yeah. But as well, that's what I saw. But also, what I've noticed he does
for the audio listeners, Andy's just properly screwed his face up like one of those little rubber faces that used to go when you were a kid.
I thought he did all right last night in the second half because when he's playing on the front foot and he's not having to think defensively, he's got that. He is as Gazendo said, he's our best ball carrier who's available. Because somebody did say Louis Barry, but obviously for obvious reasons. But he draws tackles in. He gets fouled a lot, doesn't he, as well? Yeah, his final ball's a lot to leave, a lot to be desired. But I think he's one of those ones where is what?
His balls against Wigan, 2 crosses against Wigan when we scored goals. He got right to the byline and crossed them.
I'm not saying it never happens.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, and I'm not either. I did say like he'll have flashes where he's like show brilliance, but he's not consistent. And based on the form that he had the back end of last season, he's not got any better. So that's kind of my argument.
Yeah, it's little flashes into it, and it's like when he popped up goal against Mansfield with the goal. It was that headed goal down, and it's a little smatterings. You want him to push on and be more. Do it week in, week out, and it's just not happening. Yeah.
Let's move on to the sort of the big question then that I had is not so much turned a corner, but was last night a kind of a bit of a moment. I always go back to Fylde 0-0 a few years ago when it finished 0-0, but we really gave him a game and the whole crowd came away thinking, oh yeah, we're on here. Was there elements of that last night where we thought, or where we were thinking this could be our little turning moment for the season? Now we've got into a final. That's got to boost morale to get to Wembley.
I think that this last night was the game that we've all been talking about for God knows how long, and saying, right, this is a game that's going to change it. This is a game that's going to change it. And especially like you said then about Wembley, people are going to be wanting to play for the places who a lot of these players will never play at Wembley again, or maybe won't, or maybe once, maybe twice, but it's a rarity. So I think for everybody, they're playing for the places, aren't they?
Yeah. I think it's difficult to say we've turned the corner without seeing who, because it's a cup competition, isn't it? So it's a one-off game. So your players' attitude sort of changes, or it seems to change. I know it shouldn't because it's just another game officially, but the attitude seems to change. We're on the, we're going to Wembley because we've won. So that'll have been playing on the minds, and that'll have, thought, well, I need to pick up here. I need to play better. I think we looked better against Stevenage. I think we were unlucky to lose against Stevenage, but that's, once they go in front, that's what they do. They just shut up shop, and we just weren't creative enough. But it's very difficult to say because we only scored 1 goal, didn't we? We were on top again last night. Like we've been in a lot of games this season and we've only scored 1 goal. And then a lot of other times we've been caught out, haven't we? Because we've only been able to score that 1 goal when we've been on top. So I think I'm not 100% certain that that's us changing. That's the start of the season. 12 games to go. but yeah, I'm not sure. I think realistically, we've got to see how we go against Lincoln. If there's a gutsy performance against Lincoln, then I'll be more comfortable to say that we've turned a corner. I think Gazendo put it earlier on that we've come to a bend in the road, maybe not necessarily turned a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there
think
we go.
I think Charlie seems to be closer to knowing his first 11 than he has been all season, because he's chopped and changed so much. And I think it's starting to come together that he sees who is his first team now for me. I don't know if you agree or you disagree on that one.
Ooh, I'm not so sure. I still think we're stuttering, and he's not. You coined it before, Ryan. Square pegs in round holes. I still think there's some of that going on. Probably forced in a lot of cases. But yeah, it's still too stuttery for me, and it was a bit last night as well. I mean, there was lots of play where it was no composure. Even with Norwood, there seemed to be when we were under the cosh ever so slightly. Let's face it, we all agree that Donny didn't lay a glove on us last night. I think they weren't that good, but even that slight bit of pressure that they gave us, Pye was just hitting it long and not when he could have brought it down. Norwood the same on occasion. I don't know. I just feel like that stutteriness is still there. That clunkiness that I've been talking about for the past 2 weeks.
DT's referred to that, aren't they? Where they're like hoofing it up because they said basically don't want to deal with it. Yeah, there you go. You deal with it, sort of thing. And there was a little bit of that. Even the start of last night's game where they started playing that ball that they did at Stevenage down the channels on Stevenage, it just didn't work at all. But I think once we got to get grips with the speed of the game, what have you, on the press, it seemed to work okay. But
I wonder whether he's got 11 that he knows he can trust rather than his best 11.
Maybe that's the case.
Go on then,
Maybe.
Russ. Rather than ask everybody, because you're our boss. What's the 11? What's the 11 that you would put out? You're our DC right now.
What's the 11 that I'd put out? I'd put I'd put Hinchliffe in net. I'd have Dacres Cogley on the right, Alowu, Hills, Pye, and Teo Eden. I'd have Norwood, Bate, Stokes, Wootton, and Tanto. Is that 11?
Yeah.
11.
Are we gonna dissect it one by one, or are we all gonna jump on him at the same time?
No.
I'm open to options. I don't mind which one.
So you'd place Tanto over Sidibe?
To give him minutes at the moment, yeah, I would. But I think Tanto is also he's more of an experienced player than Sidibe at this level as well.
That's not the question. Forget who needs minutes or who's fit. If you're saying that Charlie knows his right,
no, it's not his best 11. It's who he trusts. His 11. His trustworthy 11. So was that his trustworthy, Russ? Was that his trustworthy 11, or is that just yours?
That's me. That's me with what I think Charlie's trust 11 is.
Right now.
Right.
Or just...
Yeah. And we don't need to go into it because we're already 45 minutes into the podcast.
Nice. Can I just say one more thing as well? Lelum as well, a comment further up.
Martin, yeah.
Yeah. If we were playing, if somebody says, "Are you bored with glasses?" you'd win Guess Who instantly. Because the answer would be no.
Anything more on last night's match apart from Charlie's trusted 11?
We're all going to Wembley.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Wembley for a minute. Yeah, because we were talking about it off air, weren't we? Where our people get in there and all that kind of stuff, and what it's like when you're in there. I didn't go to the last one because I was on holiday, stupidly. I was there in 2008, but I don't remember having to sit in my own seat. But that's something that we've talked about. Is it a thing?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that you basically got told where your seats were and you had to sit in your seats at the last game.
It's kind of if you go to an away, you know the rules, but it's going to be the additional fans, let's call them, the ones that don't go every week, that don't understand the etiquette, maybe, that are going to cause issues. Because I think if you go to an away and you know that you can sit wherever, then you're not bothered, are you? But I think the only issue is going to come when people are like, well, you're sat in my seat. Yeah,
and I think there'll be a lot of that. So I just think it's just a case of you have to sit in your own seat. I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? If you bought, as you're saying, as long as you're in the right block, then you go and sit where you want. But I suppose it's different because it's Wembley, isn't it? It's the national stadium. So I think it's not quite the same rules as just an away game where we're rocking up at Doncaster with 1,100 fans. You know, I mean, it's a bit different than that. So yeah, I think you will have to sit in your own seat unless the game started and there's nobody in some other seats that you can move to. But I think you will have to start by sitting in your own seat.
Well, I hope that if that's the case, you want to be able to, like they did last time at Wembley and do because they allocated us like 6 per season ticket, didn't they? So you can buy it like that. Because otherwise, for me, and I'm not being not being petulant, but if they tear it and you've done I think my point to come away being second or third down the list, then you've got somebody who's buying 6 and you end up. I don't mean there's not going to be a lack of being able to sit together, but you also, if you've got to sit where your ticket is, you want a decent enough seat, don't you?
Yep.
If you're going to pay to go to Wembley and pay the expenses to get down there, etc., you want it to be. All I'm saying is you want it to be as fair as possible for the fans that go home and away.
Yeah, because Bradford away this season was ridiculous. If you're in that upper tier, it was horrendous. It was me and Ian and a load of others were literally on the stairs in the middle, and it's quite dangerous, really. So. I don't mind it. Is where it's a case of if you're in your block, find any seat within your block. You've chosen that block for a reason. What I don't like is where lower tier can go up to upper tier like it is at Bradford, and everyone just picks where they want, and everyone goes towards the upper tier, and it's just it's horrendous.
That's why at Bolton's fair enough. You get upper tier or lower tier, don't you? And
yeah.
And that works for me. Like you said, you just sit where you want, but. Yeah, it's just got, like I said, I'm not bothered where as long as it's a decent and it's fair, the way the club allocate it out and we can buy, and the people that go every week aren't being stung for people that there's United or City are on.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll struggle for tickets.
No,
I'll be honest.
I don't.
No.
One thing I will say is I love Wembley. You rarely have to queue up for a beer, right?
It's about £25 a pint.
And the food, there's so much different options available. I think I went through about 15 different menus the last day of time we were there. It's just unreal. Like some sort of like Thai street food bar. It brings back memories.
Did you see any of the game?
Pardon?
Did you see any of the game, or were you too busy on a culinary escapade last time?
In between bars.
In between bars, wine tasting tour, everything.
Wine tasting tour at Wembley.
To be fair, I'm on, and I put it out there today to everyone. I went 1993, 2023. I didn't go in 2009, so I'm on 2 Wembley defeats. But then I read somebody on Facebook put they've been 5 times, and they've been 5 times and they've lost every time. And someone was saying. Maybe you should go and people pay to stay at home.
Yeah. We'll pay for you to watch it on the We'll pay for a Sky subscription for him.
Yeah, I saw that, Ryan. And he's basically saying, look, I'm sat here debating whether I should go to Wembley. I've been 5 times and we've lost every time. All the comments after that was, if we get to the playoff final, don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not forgetting as well, sticking with the fan theme, we could potentially be going to Wembley in April and May. It's a lot of money in it, especially if you've got families, you've got a family to go down there and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people out of pocket.
Yeah.
You'll take it though, wouldn't you?
No, definitely.
Yeah, you would, but it does rack it up, doesn't it? I mean,
Of course it does.
I don't mind saying I'm going to go to Wembley for this one, but I'm going to drive because I just thought I've got to take my lad with me. That everything doubles for me. So if I go on the coach, it's 55 quid times 2, and then beers, everything doubled, food, everything's doubled. And if I drive, it just cuts down that cost a bit. So yeah,
I'm not driving. I didn't.
Maybe you should take a packed lunch on one of the times you go, Andy, to save some money.
Everything doubles for me as well. I'm eating for 2 and drinking for 2.
You go on wine tasting tours at service stations, Andy, as well. Do you do that?
No, just at Wembley, mate. Just
at Wembley.
I treat myself because it's Wembley. You know. I might book a speedboat tour this time round. Paragliding or something like that. Something daft like that, you know.
Brilliant. Okay, let's move on. So, Simon Wilson interview. Not much time on this because we're cracking on for time. But those that watched it, although we were just talking before we came on air, that me and Andy had watched it, but we spoke about a particular point that apparently you talked about and we didn't remember. So, yeah. Anyway, so we did watch it. Hope everybody else watched it. So there's a few things that he said. I just wanted to get your opinion on a few things. Nothing too deep, but he said, I wanted to see if you agree with this. Promotion is success, but staying down is not necessarily failure. And he did caveat that by saying he's going to sound like a politician now. What do you make of that?
Wasn't the plan 2027 anyway? You know that he's so is he not giving himself a little bit of leeway for next year?
Yes, I guess is the one word answer to that.
Well, it basically it's a 7-year plan, isn't it? And this officially is year 6. So if we go up, it's a bonus. We've achieved that plan a year early. But if we don't go up, it's not a failure because we've still got a year left in that plan. So I understand the politician answer. You know, if we go up, it's a success. If we don't go up, it's not necessarily a failure because we've got another season out, haven't we? To officially go into it.
That for me, though, that season, next season, I think there's been so much inconsistency with the teams around us. Obviously, apart from Lincoln and Cardiff. Lincoln have been the most consistent. But I just think everybody's been consistently inconsistent. You know, Huddersfield are below us. You know, Bradford, people dropping points. I know I'm not missing Meg, but I can't imagine it's going to be like that next season. I think you get one of those every now and again where anybody can beat anyone. I think 'cause it wasn't really like that last season, and I just think relying on, I'd prefer to go up this season than obviously I prefer to go up this season next. But I don't think it'll. I think this is going to be a better chance this season, even with the way the side's playing, than going up next season with what's coming down as well.
Yeah, but we've been inconsistent this year. We were really good last year, weren't we? And unlucky to miss out. But we've been inconsistent this year. So who's to say whatever happens if we stay down next year? I think that we'll be more consistent. We should be more consistent. We've got. Again, it's like, you know, we're buying players, not necessarily for a direct impact. We're trying to buy them to develop and to bring them on 6 months, 12 months down the line. And I think we saw that when we got promoted to League One. We looked at the players that we brought in at that point and thought, oh, yeah, well, maybe this is for the season after. And we were brilliant last season, but just the inconsistency that we've had this season. But as you said, the whole league's been like that, apart from probably Cardiff and Lincoln. So if we stay down, I think we'll still be up there. We'll still be up there. We'll still be fighting for promotion, even with the teams that are coming down. The teams that are coming down, if they do come down, are still in a bit of a shit show, aren't they? So they've still got to sort themselves out financially and stuff like that.
Sheffield Wednesday will be.
Yeah.
And we've got the 8th biggest budget. So we are overachieving technically, if you want to look at budget-wise, the 8th biggest budget. So we are technically overachieving, even though we have been inconsistent as we have this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I heard from it, and these are my hearing. This is not what was said, in case it gets clips or what have you. If we don't do it this season, then they're going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at it next season. That's basically what I heard. Because yes, it might not be failure this season, and it did relax me a little bit when he came out and said it's not necessarily a failure. We've still got 1 year left in the plan. And let's not forget the teams that are coming down. Sheffield Wednesday, I think they're going to be on a free fall for quite some time to come. So look at Rotherham. They're hardly setting the world on fire, lights or whatever the saying is. Last year, they're not doing it this year. There's a couple of teams like Cardiff that are going to bounce straight back. Birmingham, threw everything at it last season as well. So even Blackburn, teams that come down, it's a bit of a jump, isn't it? So it does take at least a year and by then, and what I liked from that interview was hearing the words, we are a top League One side. We currently are, and we will be next season if we don't go up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good. That you're right, actually, because he said, didn't he, that we've progressed, haven't we? So when we came up from League 2 to League 1, we sort of stabilised ourselves. This is us stabilising ourselves as a top League 1 team, isn't it? Building on the previous season. So that was good, yeah. Okay. A few other things then. I mean, we don't have to go into them, but 10-year academy plan, loads of investment strategically. Obviously acquired Stockport Sports Village and everything that wraps around that in terms of the football education side and the academy and the women's team. And then the Grove Lane homes as well. Obviously not in his sort of area, as in wheelhouse expertise, but definitely in Mark Stott's. I don't know that area very well, actually, Grove Lane. I don't know if anybody else does, but is that...
Yeah.
What I did like about that was, and maybe we could talk about on another podcast, is all of the profit goes to Manchester and Stockport College or something like that. And am I got that right?
He didn't say. He just said back into the Stockport Borough. I think he said, didn't he? But it's because he's bought a piece of land. Yeah, it's at the bottom end of Cheadle. It's on the bypass, as it is the Hamforth bypass. It's just off the Hamforth bypass.
I'm not posh from Brittany, so I don't know where that is.
Near the airport. That's about as good as it for you.
You know the airport, Ross.
I do know the airport. Yeah, I do know the airport. Well versed in the airport.
Yeah, it's next to. I think it's Manchester Rugby Club. There's some basically big fields.
I know where you mean. That. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Next to that. So I think it was the development.
It doesn't.
No.
Just find it easy just to go, no, I know, yeah.
I do. It's near Stanley Green Industrial Estate, isn't it?
It's exactly right near there.
Yeah, see. I know what you mean. What he didn't say was actually anything about the Edgeley Park developments. So I guess we're waiting with bated breath for that. I don't know what the last sort of message was about that.
Well, in fairness, they've already said, haven't they? They're not going to do anything until we get to the championship. So I don't really think they need to say any more.
Keep on
that.
saying it. Yeah.
We're not in the championship. We might get in there this season. So let's just leave it there until we get to the championship. Nothing's going to happen. I've got something else I want to say as well. Normally, I'm a bit disappointed that we haven't got a game this week. But all these games that are being postponed, I'm loving, because the more games we play toward the back end of the season, hopefully we'll have Louis Barry back.
Very true.
Very true. And on that note,
random shit of the week. It's the random shit of the week. It's random shit of the week. It's the random shit of the week. Random shit of the week.
Joking. Not another one? Oh, for God's sake.
Yes, another one. Random shit of the week. Andy, take it away, mate.
Right, okay. So this is just a standard bit of a quiz, but picked up on a few sort of options from last week. So it's going to be, there's three categories just write down your answer, and this is why you needed a pen and paper. Russ, being Russ, wants to do everything electronically. So if the world goes down in electricity, Russ will be fucked, but everyone else will be all right because we still use pen and paper. So,
Pretty sure paper production would probably go down as well if the electricity went. But anyway,
question 1. So it's basically just mark down your answer, yeah, and then at the end we'll mark it, yeah,
and
then
everybody can join in at home, can't they?
Yeah, everyone can join in at home. There's no pictures or anything like that. Okay. So question 1: who plays at Fratton Park?
I've got more. I've got the same amount of points, Waggy, that I had when you beat me the other week already with that first point.
Not bitter then, no.
No, not just like. Well, I actually said to him at the time it would have been worse if I got beat off Andy Redding. So I think clouds and silver linings.
Fair enough. Question 2. This is a Family Fortunes one. I just want you to name your top answer. There's 5 top answers, and if you name the top answer, you get 5 points. If you name the second best answer, you get 4, 3, 2 until 1. Okay. So name something fans blame when their team loses. Just write down your first top answer.
Okay.
Question 3. Who plays at Deepdale?
Flying.
Pardon?
What?
Question
Next
4.
question.
Yep. Question 4. Postcode SR5 1SU. What stadium is that? Who plays there?
Say that again.
SR5 1SU.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good question, Andy. I like that one.
I like that as well.
SR. I'm gonna go SR5. I guess
Confident all the way to question 4. Then I did well up to 3 questions.
Obviously, try and ignore the comments if people are reading the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will.
That's an unfair advantage because all you 3 can see them and I can't see them.
I've hidden them.
I've changed it to notes.
Ryan, I know the answers, mate. It's my quiz.
I'm talking about the other 2, and obviously you know the
Right.
other.
Question 5. Question 5. Who plays at Ashton Gate?
How many questions is there? You're going to say 100 now, aren't you?
15.
All right, good. Yeah, that's a good length.
Cheers, Ross.
What she said last night.
Not the first time. That's all right.
Back to Scar Bergara War XXX again, aren't we?
Question 6. It wouldn't be random shit of the week without my standard non-football related. Family Fortunes. Top answer again. Name your top answer. Name a vegetable that is commonly bought in the UK.
That's really football related.
I'd said it's not football related. Keep up, Waggy. Okay, question 7. Who plays at Gresty Road? Yeah, okay. Question 8. Who plays at the following postcode? LN, so Lima November, 58LD.
Say that again, please.
Lima November 5, 8 Lima Delta.
Yeah, I've had a guess at that one.
If there was anybody other than Russ that was typing away, I think he's got another window open just on Google. But I know
Google, I know, yeah.
His Rain Man brain, he's got it.
Yeah. I've got a joke. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Question 9. Who plays at the Hawthorns? Question 10. Who plays at this postcode? TS36RS.
Oh, I know that one. I'm confident about that one.
TS3. I'm not sure about that one at all.
Just guess.
It's not what you think it.
No.
You don't think it's anything that's close.
Right.
I know what you mean.
Question.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Question 11. Who plays at Pride Park Stadium? Yep. Okay. Question 12. Family Fortunes. This is the last Family Fortunes one.
Oh.
Name your top answer of what Andy from the Scarf Bergara War would take on an away trip.
Oh.
Question 13. Who plays at this postcode? P048RA. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Question 14. Who plays at the Lamex Stadium?
That kicks me in the bollocks for one because I've used it as another answer on another one. It's not going to be used twice, is it?
Well, they could be, but both be wrong.
Oh, yeah, maybe. That's positive, isn't it? Although I had put a question mark to the first time I used it, so I don't think it's right anyway.
Question 15, the last one. Who plays at the following postcode? DE Delta Echo 248XL.
See, that wouldn't be used twice either, would it? Surely. DE.
One of the answers, definitely that.
I think I've messed up on these last ones. Those postcode ones are really hard. I like them.
Yeah. I went through like loads and there was some obvious ones. I removed, I don't want to give anything away because we'll do the answers now anyway, but I removed any London ones because that's almost impossible to.
Yeah.
The majority of them start with an N. You know, it's like pick a needle in a haystack. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, right, I'll go round now and ask each person to give their answer and then I'll let you know. So, Russ, what did you get for question 1? Who plays at Fratton Park?
Portsmouth.
Yeah, you all get that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, question 2, Waggy, or just all of you tell me what you put is your top answer. I'll tell you what, if you said the referee, you get 5 points.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Question 3, I'll just read out the answers, yeah, it'll be easier. Preston play at Deepdale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question 4, who plays at SR5 1SU? It is Sunderland.
Get in.
Right. Right. So
That was a good guess. That's probably the only one I've got right on the postcodes.
Question 5, Ashton Gate is Bristol City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question 6, if you said potato,
Yes.
that'll give you 5 points.
Yeah.
No, I didn't put potato.
You put carrot.
I did put carrot.
I was going to put carrot and put
Yeah,
potato.
you get 3 points for carrot, Waggy.
Okay.
What was fourth? What
Onion.
was 4 points? Onion.
Onion.
And tomato is fourth, but that's a fruit, so I don't
It's
know.
a fruit, yeah.
That's a whole new podcast.
Question 7. Crew play at Gresty Road.
Yeah.
Question 8 is who plays at LN5 8LD is who we playing? Lincoln City.
Lincoln.
Sure about that one.
Question 9. West Brom play at the Hawthorns.
Yep.
Question 10. Anyone have a go at it for TS?
Middlesbrough.
Spot on. Yeah, Middlesbrough.
Oh, Tyneside.
Yes.
Fucking Teesside, sorry, not Tyneside.
You get,
Yeah,
murdered.
sorry.
Get murdered by the Smoggies.
Question 11. Oh, I've just seen there. Luton are 2-1 up. Okay.
Ooh.
Question 11.
Comments back on that.
Derby County play at Pride Park.
Yeah.
Yep.
Question 12. What would the Andy most likely take on an away day? If he said readers, you'd get 1 point.
Okay.
No.
If he said beer, you get 2 points.
Oh.
If he said ticket, it would be 3 points. If he said phone, you get 4 points.
Vape.
And if you said my vape, you get 5 points.
I was going to put vape, and I thought, no, I'll change it to beer.
I put vape, and I was also going to put brackets, book to note of all his culinary scores for the different grounds around to see if they compare to Wembley. So.
I got 0.
really
I
good
didn't get any
idea.
on that.
Didn't get any. What did you put?
No. I put a coach grabber.
A what? Oh, do you know what? Just for the sheer funny of it, Russ, I'm going to give you. I feel like I'm in Ticketmaster here, where I get to choose who gets points. Right? I am the Greg Davis. Russ, I'm going to give you.
Taskmaster, not Ticketmaster.
That's
Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
No. You are now known as the Ticketmaster.
Well, at least we've got the pod title sorted. Russ, I'm going to give you an extra 3 bonus points.
Oh, I love that. It's not fair, but I'll have it.
Well, it's
Justin
so
is
fair.
the boss, you brown nose.
If anyone wants to know the story about the grabber, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my entire life.
I haven't. I was nearly sick.
No.
Come and speak to us and we'll tell you about it. It's probably one of those be there moments, but I still find it funny to this day. Anyway, question 13. Portsmouth play at PO4.
Yes.
Okay, but I was right to use it twice.
Yeah.
Question 14. Stevenage play at the Lamex Stadium.
Yeah.
And question 15. Derby play at DE24.
Yes, I knew you'd used it twice. Yeah.
See now. There you go.
1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I got my score.
Okay. Russ, have you got your bonus points on there, Russ, as well?
Yeah, I've added my bonus points. Yeah.
All right. Russ,
What's
what'd you
my
get?
bonus points? Winnie.
What did you get?
I got 24.
Waggy, what did you get?
20.
Ryan?
25.
Well, in fairness, though, you got 24. I was going to give Ryan an extra 5 bonus points anyway, because 2 weeks ago, when he came on as the time, he helped us out last minute, like an hour before. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. Hence why you're back on again this week. This was your original slot. So if it was a case of you and Waggy head to head, you would have.
I appreciate that. I couldn't have him beating me twice.
But you don't even need it.
No,
You win anyway, even with Russ's 3-point bonus points.
It was the vape that got me over the line, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Can I just say as well, Dave White did say the grabber as well.
Oh, brilliant. Just brilliant. Have we got time to tell it?
No, it's come and see us in the courtyard on an away match, and we'll tell you, because it's one of those you had to be there. So you'll probably hear it and go, well, that was a bit of shit. So yeah.
It helps when you.
It's all about the way you tell it.
But it also, I'll tell you what, get 15 pints in, come over, and we'll tell you the story because that's how it was for us.
Yeah, it was. Brilliant. Right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you to everybody for joining us live on the podcast. If you're listening to this afterwards or watching on YouTube, please do like and subscribe. Any podcast player that you listen to us, please do rate and review us and leave us a comment. That would be much appreciated. Cheers to Ryan, mate. Thank you for coming on, bud.
Thanks for having me again.
No worries. Andy and Waggy will be back next week.
Yep.
And all that's left for me to say is enjoy your weekend off, relax, and get yourselves ready for Lincoln away next time.